and banking. Mr. Galabuzi, before we went into the break, we have talked about investments and so on.
True.
But recently, Bank of Uganda has actually declared a clampdown on cryptocurrency transactions, specifically in Uganda, in terms of Ugandan currency. What do you think about some of these ways of investment that people are coming up with? And is the move Bank of Uganda made, in your view, right or wrong?
Well, I think the clamping down on the cryptocurrencies was based on what is currently happening on the market. We've seen a couple of people lose money, and Bank of Uganda has really gone through a lot of phases. We had closure of some banks where some people again lost money. Now, when something like this comes up in form of Ponzi schemes, yes, cryptocurrencies are being used world over, and some of them are doing so well, but there are also people who have taken advantage of something that has done well elsewhere to come and rip people off their hard-earned money. So, one, because it is not able to regulate it very well, and some people have come up and complained that they've lost a lot of money. They can't sit back and wait and see people lose money like it has happened previously. Now, once they come up with a disclaimer, they've not said that please don't go and invest in and so on. They have told you that do it at your own risk. Because there's still people who have gone across the border and invested in it and so on. So if the market is not extremely structured, then there will be a bit of a challenge along the way. And it regulates the economy in terms of the money that is coming in and so on. So if we see people taking advantage because of something that has worked well elsewhere, then it is only right, because if they had sat back and not given their comment along the way, it would have been something totally different. But for me, from where I sit, sometimes when it is too risky, you better not get into it. If it is speculative, better be very careful about it. That's what I would have to say.
Well, thank you. Because as well, cryptocurrency is one of the things that don't actually, they are not regulated by Bank of Uganda. They are actually, any banks, even in the United States, they are unregulated. But of course, since we are living in a capitalist world and economy, people can do whatsoever they feel like, and people are transacting using this. But as well as he has said, maybe we need to just take more caution and be prepared for anything. So back to our question we had. Before we went into the break, we wanted to know what are some of the products that are available in Finance Trust Bank uniquely for the customers.
Actually, before I get into the products that are available, I would try to answer the million-dollar question that is asked every time. Why Finance Trust Bank? Why would even anybody, out of the 25, 26 banks that are available on this market, why would we go to Finance Trust Bank? And my answer is usually very simple. We have tailor-made solutions to suit your needs. Now, in there, we do not expect you to fit within the plain vanilla products that are available on the market here and there. We listen to you and structure products that will suit your needs. You'll ask a question that, do you do it for everybody? They are products that will speak to a couple of people in a particular sector. And then you structure product towards it that will help, excuse me, along the way. So one of the unique products that we have is a no-fee account for starters. You bring your money, as you've brought it in, we end up even just paying you more. And we open it for 6,000 shillings.
Wow. Does it have a period of time?
No. Provided it's available, we pay you interest based on the balance that's available on the account. So, and then, truth be told, we also use the money to invest elsewhere on the capital markets and so on, and make some money off it. So you'd be wondering, are you, a charity organization?
Yes.
And I'll tell you truthfully, no, but we know our game and we know how we do it to make a bit of money off your money, and we also give back part of the returns. Then we also to keep your money and you don't make money off it. It is so painful because the person who's keeping it for you is using it to make a bit of money. Come, let us share. Let us share a bit of that money, and then we see. That means any money that you keep at home, any money that you keep anywhere that doesn't give you returns, is money that is not adding value to you And guess what? Inflation is going to eat into it. 3 years ago, 100 million shillings was a lot of money. Today, the story may be a bit different. So let it grow as we get the time value of money. Then we have agent banking. We are also big on agent banking. One of the key strategies is to leverage on technology, and the bank has done so well on that. We have developed apps that support the customer, where you do not need to come to the bank. Actually, we are using the ABC. We call it alternative banking channels strategy, where people use the alternative channels to access the services of the bank. So we've done a couple of ATMs, we've gone on the interswitch, people can use their ATMs in other banks. We have online transactions, we have a robust internet banking solution, and the bank has really invested in technology because we want to keep away from the notion of banking should be about going into the banking hall, you line up and then pick your money out. You can pull, push at any point in time. So try our Trust Mobile app. It does not affect or kill for you to try. I am not saying get away from wherever you are, but just try, and then you'll know the difference. Then we have the loans and overdrafts. Those ones are the plain vanilla products of a bank. Just like when you say a banker, you expect them to be in a suit. Loans, overdrafts, trade finance, those are our daily bread. Yes. Please come and talk to us, and it's not cast in stone. Why would you move from another institution where you're being given a rate of 10% and you move to another one where I am talking about 15%? So I'll benchmark on what you've been enjoying and I'll improve it, and we'll see a difference in there. Of course, we have the Trust Mobile I've spoken about. It's very innovative, very nice in it. Come and try it. Pull, push money, pay on mobile networks, and so on. It is one of the best available apps on the market. We also do bank assurance, where we sell insurance on behalf of the insurance companies, and we are like the brokers next door to you, and we deliver everything to you, so we can do it in there. We have 34 branches that are networked across the country, and our agenda is about putting women first. We have a soft spot for women. The bank was started by 5 women, 38 years ago, who sat in one room and said that we want to empower the woman. So we have a soft spot to it. Actually, when we're lending to women, we lend them one notch below the ordinary rate that we are giving the gentlemen. So if they're taking, for example, at 18%, the ladies will get at 17%, because our agenda is women driven. Then we're also big on financial literacy. We recently held one at Lugogo. We had over 2,500 people, close to 3,000. We went to Arua, we had 1,500 people. We're going to do the west, across the country where we have branches, to basically give back to the people who've been so good to us. So you can only get benefits of that by being a client at the bank. And of course, we are soon opening our corporate suite at Lumumba Avenue. Now, what is happening, we're also now going to start playing in the corporate space. Now, previously, we were known as a bank for women, that is a small bank out of Katwe and so on. Now, we've also upped our game now. We're doing a corporate suite that will be open next month to also attend to the corporate clientele in there. Now, that means we have an array of projects that we'll be sharing. It's going to be at Trader Towers on Lumumba Avenue, and we'll also move our head office there so that we also play in a better and bigger space. Those are some of the products, but of course we have others that are available on the market, like loan on the phone. Anthony, I can tell you, a client of Finance Trust Bank doesn't tell anybody a problem of 1 million shillings. Do you know why? Why? Just like you borrow airtime on the phone, without coming to the bank, you can access 1 million shillings in a couple of minutes.
At what interest? At what interest rate?
It's usually 5%.
5% per month.
Per month. It's average. I'll be open with it. We usually give it a preemptive interest rate so that it is not abused majorly. Because if you put it at a lower rate, the risk involved, remember, you are not taking security. You are giving this person just like they're borrowing airtime. If people are struggling to pay back airtime of 10,000, they have taken, give them $1 million shillings.
Some people,
it's on top
some
of
people will load that and call immediately because they don't
want to take it. So we have a process that we take. But what I'm trying to say, you need to work with banks that will stand in for you at that very difficult moment. Sometimes it's not about having $1 million shillings. It is about needing that $1 million shillings at that particular time. It can be 200, 300,000. Instead of calling a couple of people to bail you out and so on, you pull off your account, off a loan consume, and you sorted. So we were also playing in that space majorly to see how we turn things around. True.
Wow, interesting. Very, very interesting products right there from Finance Trust. I have a very kind of a question for you in terms of Finance Trust Bank.
Yes.
How do you see Finance Trust Bank being listed among the banks in on the Securities Exchange?
Yes. And I'll tell you yes, because the rate at which the bank is growing, at one point in time, we may be in need of listing. Because then, because the clientele base is growing at a very fast rate, and their needs are so big, sometimes, if the board of governors, the shareholders agree, we will definitely list. Because that is what well for them. They are posting, amazing profits. Why wouldn't any bank do it? And at this rate, we are now playing in the corporate space. We have not forgotten our customers that we have grown with, and we are moving with them, because we started realizing that some customers have started outgrowing us. So you either up your game or you lose them completely. And sometimes after growing a customer, they have dragged you through the mud and so on, and you deliver them on a silver platter. It's a bit painful. That's why we took a strategic decision to also play in that space and basically support our customers that have been coached to us in that area. Sure.
Interesting. Interesting insights right there from Mr. Galabuzi. Now, Mr. Galabuzi has worked with a couple of people, and he has a very wealthy profile, being a former branch manager at Centenary Bank, head of the SME and local corporates at EcoBank, head of retail banking at Tropical Bank. He has also been a CEO he has CEO apprenticeship certificate from Strathmore University, Nairobi, with an MBA and PGDP from Cavendish University. He did a Bachelor of Commerce from Makerere University. He's an entrepreneur and one of the proprietors of Shares Johnson Hotels. Yeah, you know those hotels in Muyenga, Makerere. He's also a farmer. He does procurement and logistics. Quite a wealthy profile for you, Mr. Galabuzi. What are some of the things that have enabled you to actually reach this fine life?
Well, one is being extremely hardworking as an individual. Two, the family has also been very supportive along the way. Three is taking
we know what's going on here. Yes.
So, yes, even as far as secondary school, I was running a couple of businesses. I remember I used to do a salon and so on.
Wow.
There. And I also did business even at school. I owned a clipper and employed somebody inside the school who would cut people over the weekend and so on. So it's been a journey over time. And I believe you can only grow into that when you start early.
Yes.
However, it's never late to start. The biggest problem that we have, we think we still have time, and we do not have the luxury of time. You start early and you fail forward. I have failed very many times in the different small businesses that have happened. I am not saying I am the best person in whatever has happened. Maybe I've been a bit lucky, but luck finds whoever is prepared and they ride along. So that is definitely one of the ingredients. And also, don't think of starting big at all times. Start small. And have an entrepreneurial mind that sniffs opportunities.
Yes.
The person who walks into a football match or a pitch and realizes the people who are available here can each buy a bottle of water. You either look at them as spectators or you look at them as a business opportunity. And then you go in there and start it.
Yeah.
There is no formula, proven formula, that will tell you from A to B you succeed in. You keep trying. You are persistent and consistent. If you have a mix of those two, you'll have a very good field to operate in and also succeed as an individual.
Yeah, wow, interesting conversation right there with Mr. Galabuzi. So now, before we wind up this segment of the show, Mr. Galabuzi, we've talked about investment, we've talked about saving. As a parting shot, maybe out there to the Ugandans who are still in the dark of not saving, of not investing, what would be your words of encouragement to them so that they actually get out of the ruts of you know, staying on a daily income, you know, surviving for hand to mouth? Yes, border riders out there, can you encourage them to also start investing, and in what ways they can invest?
Okay. One, I'll start with this quote. Money understands one thing. Save me today and I'll save you tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay? So, if you're doing any activity, however small it may be, save first before you spend, not the other way around. Do not spend and save. Use the 70-20-10 formula. You can read about it. It says spend 70, save 20, and invest 10%. Now, what that means, you have to invest based on what you have been saving. And sometimes for you to invest, you don't have to walk the journey alone. That is why the financial institutions are available. I'll give an example. If you're running a poultry farm and you have to take kids back to school, like it has happened this week, you can either decide to sell all the chicken in one go, get the money and pay for fees, and then you'll have a challenge the next time. Or you go to a bank, borrow, and then use the eggs that have been laid, and then pay back in easy manageable installments and be able to grow. You are saving, but also investing. I encourage all of you to start somewhere. It is never late. The best time to start saving, like I usually say, is yesterday, which means you're already late. You start it today, however small it may be. Savings will save you on another day. However, invest. And sometimes we want to invest as individuals based on what is happening on the market. You see, everybody is doing takeaways, everybody is doing a mobile money store, and so on, and you also jump in head first. Big mistake. Talk to the experts. They will tell you what is going on well because they share experiences with these people. Come and talk to the bank. The bank is not about only putting your money there and getting it out. No. It's like our mobile phones. They have very many other useful things in them. The alarm clock, the reminder, and so on. So come to them. Come to Finance Trust Bank. Come to Finance. Let us sit down and talk. It does no harm. Let's have that discussion, and we will show you how your money can make money for you, or how our money can make money for you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Galabuzi,
Most welcome.
for sparing time to come and educate us on such important topics.
Please.
I'd like to just know where the Finance Trust Bank's offices are and where people can access these services.
Yes.
Before we go.
We have 34 branches located across the country. Now, our head office is currently in Katwe, near Quality Chemicals, around there. We're shifting it next month to Trade Towers on Lumumba Avenue. We have 9 branches in and around Kampala, and we are available when you need us. Now, we have a toll-free line, 0800 200 500. for you to talk to one of the people in our, our call center to try and tell you how we can go around it. So thank you very much for listening to me. Please see you at Finance Trust Bank. We're waiting for you.
Wow, thank you very much. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. Saving and investment go hand in hand, and we are here as a Smart 24 to help you actually invest and save. So don't go anywhere else. After this, we are coming back with even another guest who's going to still educate us more on saving and investing. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.